Freedom of speech. Across the ocean, here in South Korea, the very same phrase is echoing. The baseball team at Seoul High School, Paeje, chanted a cheer all together, mocking the Gwangju Uprising. Let me explain what that was. In May of 1980, Korea's military dictatorship sent soldiers into the southern city of Gwangju and killed hundreds of ordinary citizens who were asking for democracy. We called it 518 after the date it begins, May 18th. So these teenagers in unison mocked people killed by state violence in a city where the families of the dead are still alive and breathing. The team was banned from competition for 6 months. Then a man named Lee Byung-tae spoke up. He was the vice chair of a regulatory reform committee that reports directly to the president. He said punishing people for what they say is a denial of their basic rights. He said even shouting, "Long live Kim Il-sung," the name of North Korea's founder and our old enemy, in the middle of Seoul should be allowed. He said 518 has become a sacred cow in this country, something untouchable. And the phrase he kept reaching for was freedom of speech. An educated man, someone trained by knowledge, used that knowledge to tear open Gwangju's wounds all over again. The more educated a person is, the more elegantly they can wrap up violence. And that fact wears you down. There's something here we can't afford to miss. Whose right was freedom of speech to begin with? It was built to protect the weak, the ones crushed under power so they could speak without fear. It's the right of the powerless to say no to the powerful. But right now, that idea is being flipped completely on its head into a right for the strong majority, or those leaning on power to pour hatred onto minorities and victims. A logic that shields the students mocking Gwangju's grieving families while never once mentioning the freedom of those families. That's the exact face of this distortion.